heard that Phil Jackson played that 4 and 5 times for his team. But the bottom line, you win championships by playing defense, and the Lakers are going to have to do that. Room to attack, and then the Lakers have to attack the basket instead of settling for jump shots.
Now you have Bryant on Billups, and we talked about that a little bit in the pregame show, but Wallace is free, and Ben goes to the hoop for the jam. Prince feeds it to Ben, and Ben has it blocked, and then Kobe almost has it taken away. Wasn't looking, had to turn back to get it. Malone to the hoop. Rejected by Rasheed Wallace. Now Billups stopping and popping from 18. And Wallace can't get the follow to go. End-to-end action. Malone again. This time it works.
Yeah, the first time he went in and tried to get fouled.
Malone passing up that one. And then Rasheed Wallace with the block. But then again, if at first you don't succeed, try again.
I've heard that before.
Yes, I have too. George gets free from 16. Malone with a back tap, but nobody's there except Rasheed Wallace. And it goes into Ben Wallace, and Detroit takes the...
I mean, you can see this right here. The Pistons, this is like their secondary break, and all they're doing is spreading the floor, and that's what you do off a turnover.
Fourth Laker turnover. All the way goes Hamilton. Detroit on top again.
That's not very good. I mean, look at this defense. This is that face guarding that we talked about. But the blow-by right here, and Kobe was really upset. He looked at his teammates.
Billups goes all the way, and off the glass kisses it in.
I mean, these are the possessions, the same type of possessions right here that the Pistons got in game one. Layups at the basket. That's the second.
He's 2 for 6. Now Prince from outside to drain it for 3. Against Indiana were the 2 vital plays.
Yeah, and then he made a big 3 in game 6 to basically end any hopes for the Pacers. They tell you. Well, if you're Larry Brown, you're looking at these points that you're giving up.
James.
And here's just Luke now running the floor. And again, getting involved, creating shots. He's a great passer.
8 on the shot clock. Cross court, Kareem Rush for 3. Well, that's why the Minnesota Timberwolves are at home right now.
Yeah.
He's never missed a game in all of those years at Utah. Then he misses half the season here.
Yeah, and I'm sure some of that is age. And, you know, when you're running on a bad wheel, anything can trigger it and make it worse, even a trip like that. So, you know, his foot than any other injury.
So he sits down, and now Bryant is free, and Kobe puts it in.
No.
So you don't even want to give in to the fact that you might be hurt to the extent you can't play. And the steal here, and here's Billups.
You know, an easy bucket for the Pistons.
Shot clock at 6. Hunter drives, throws up a wild one that goes in.
Yeah, tough shot, but...
And a timeout taken here with 8:58 remaining in the half. Detroit up by 1 in game 2. And to go in the half. Open is Walton. And he's become, as we said before, a very good three-point shooter.
If he could dribble or pass after that play.
Walton for the tray. And the Lakers by a deuce.
You should sit out the rest of this game and let's check it. And Karl Malone is saying no. Oh, my.
Luke Walton
is creating the coast. No one stopped the basketball. That's the first thing you learn in camp. You have to stop the ball first to make him move it. Luke Walton knew that, took it to the basket, and he's 3 for 3 right now.
Too late. So Hamilton's in the game for the moment, and Bryant is not. Campbell. Got it.
Yeah, Campbell can...
Now, Hamilton has 6 points. Walton, who has 7, is the leading scorer in the game, gets an assist on the basket by O'Neal. Campbell. Underneath, what a pass. Beauty to Hamilton.
And what a cut.
Leads seesawing back and forth. Home of the NBA Finals. There.
The one thing they wanted to do is get Kobe free. Open shots, but without the dribble, moving the ball. They're playing Kobe a lot tonight.
In the air to take it away. Walton. Underneath. O'Neal. A little runner in the lane doesn't go, but they'll get a fresh 24. And Hamilton will pop from the corner and get it for three. Big play. Now from the outside. Oh, that would have been huge.
Boy, I tell you.
And now Walton to Malone. And Malone missed it. Gets a second chance and the only pass. And the quick hands, but Kobe gets it back. 7 on the 24. Whips it over to Malone. Wow. Underneath to O'Neal.
First of all, you have to have great hands, and I think that's something that a lot of people don't talk about with Shaq, and he does. He has great hands because...
Wallace with a turnaround, and so Rasheed, who was on the bench most of the first half, he had Kevin Garnett, and right now he has Rasheed Wallace, who beats him again. So Wallace with a half dozen now in the period. 1 minute remaining in the third. Phillips got it. 3.
Gary Payton chose to go under. All time, he decided to go under it, and Phillips burned him.
Phillips now has 19 points. Here's Devin George from the corner. Likelihood get the final shot of the quarter. Milking it down. Kobe stays with Phillips, but then Phillips gets free inside.
2.
Hamilton to try to tie it and does. So the Detroit Pistons gets it to Okur with Shaq 20 feet from the basket. Three-pointer here. Goes from Lindsey Hunter. This. Fisher for 3.
Boy, Shaq wants the ball.
Gets it. 4 on the clock. And Ben Wallace rejects it.
Surprised that they're not going low with Rasheed Wallace with Luke Walton guarding him. Oh, there he is.
There he is. Rasheed Wallace to the hoop. 75 all in Game 2 of the NBA Finals.
The tension. This building.
Hamilton driving. Got it.
What Phil Jackson is doing is looking at the score and not the clock on when to sub.
And Bryant is furious on the shot. Malone goes down, no foul. It's dropped off. Reverse layup and jammed by Ben Wallace. Back to Detroit. Back to Bryant. He thought he was fouled.
Yeah, he probably has a pretty good case here. You can see the handshake not allowing Kobe to follow through. You know what officials usually go by is the flight of the ball. If the flight of the ball looks strange, then usually it's a foul. And look at Jack.
Says that's as bad as it gets. With his 5 fouls. Now Rush to Fisher in the corner for a big 3. Ooh, is that a big 3?
Boy, I tell you what.
Wow.
Great patience, Al.
Out on its feet. Hamilton. Fisher couldn't get the rebound, and Wallace takes it out of his hand and puts it in. Rush couldn't get it into O'Neal. Hamilton. Big deuce. 85-82.
Put Kobe Bryant.
Clearing it out. Then Hamilton gets free. Shot clock at 6. What a rebound by Wallace, and he puts it back in. He is just magnificent on the glass. Malone looking for the 3. Here's Bryant, a pressured 3. That doesn't go. O'Neal with a rebound, gets the putback and gets fouled. And now up comes a huge foul shot for O'Neal.
That was the time.
That was the time. Exactly.
You know, again, Ben Wallace had Luke Walton guarding him because Karl Malone tried to help on the shot by Rip Hamilton.
Now Kareem Rush comes back in. Jackson's got to get his three-point man back out. And
he's going to put Rush back.
It's taken away by Malone, who falls into the photographers. The game clock shows 0, and we will go to overtime. Rasheed Wallace was the guy they were trying to get it to. And the last thing Malone is thinking about right here is his knee. He could care less at that point. That's mind over matter. And then there's Bryant. Here's O'Neal. 6-point lead. Greg still really hasn't recovered from what happened to his team. And now Larry's sitting in the same seat, in the same situation, in effect, that Greg was that night in San Antonio.
Yeah, he really is. You know what the difference is, though? If the Pistons do lose this game, they've won one on the road, and they go back to Detroit for 3.
LA by 6.
At least.
Hamilton, little runner in the lane goes to make it a 4-point
Good
lead.
move by possession right here. Going to Shaq.
Inside, gets doubled. Walton.
Oh.
O'Neal! Eight assists. Perfectly placed. Showtime redux.
Oh, wow. Eight
assists tonight, most by a rookie in his first finals game. And it is his first because he didn't play in game 1 against Philadelphia. Magic Johnson had 8 in the 1980 finals. Meanwhile, there's Bryant. 14 in the 4th and overtime. Tomorrow it's an off day. 4th game would be Sunday night. The 3rd game on Thursday night as Bryant drives in. Actually has that one cleanly blocked. And now Hamilton gets fouled by Devin George. Share of chewing out tonight. A little Bryant look.
I mean, the degree of difficulty on most of these shots, especially this one, which was actually one of his easier shots, are amazing. He has.
Tell you what, this will be some series.
It really is, Al.
What a start.
Well, like I told you, get very comfortable because this series is going to go deep. And I think what stands out to me, a great comeback by the Lakers, but the Pistons are going to be here for this series.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they're disheartened right now. They got their 1, but they thought they should have had 2. Game 3 coming up on Thursday night. Game 4 on Sunday night. We know there'll be a 5th game next Tuesday night. ABC Sports Online at ESPN.com. And once again, our final score in overtime, the Los Angeles Lakers 99, the Detroit Pistons 91. Now, this is Al Michaels for Doc Rivers, Michelle Tafoya, Stuart Scott, and our entire ABC crew saying good night from Los Angeles.